यार अगर सब कुछ सिक्योरिटी है तो फिर तो कुछ भी सिक्योरिटी नहीं, right? If everything is security, then what is security? And I think this is a very fair question. It is a very fair question for those of us who work on development, on climate, on security, that there are also grave dangers in securitizing issues. There is possibly more resources, which is why people are attracted. People think, okay, security walas have paisa. If my issue becomes a security issue, I'll also get some of it. Now the question is, then what is human security? It cannot be climate security, for example, cannot be everything about climate. फिर वो बेचारे climate ministry वाले क्या करेंगे? Right? Geoeconomics, for example, is not equal to international economics. Just like security policy is not equal to foreign policy. I'm trying to make a conceptual point. I'm sorry, professor को बुलाएंगे तो यही होएगा. The point I'm making is that just like in foreign policy, there are many issues that are not security issues, but they're foreign policy issues. Similarly, in these other areas, there are certain issues which are security issues. And that to me is the essence of human security. First of all, what makes a security issue? Security issues are security issues because they are existential. Security issue वो होता है जिससे मेरी वजूद के ऊपर सवाल है. So the point I'm trying to make here is that when something becomes existential, it becomes a security issue, which is why the difference between security issue and every other policy issue is, this is the only policy arena where the question of how much it will cost is not relevant. हम ये यूक्रेन में देख रहे हैं, हमने ये कोविड में देखा. When you are really threatened, you do not ask how much it will cost. You say first, jaan bachao, then we will figure it out, right? The best example is COVID. We in this country talk a lot about the cost of the Afghanistan war to the US, right? We say, okay, 2.6 trillion. And we think 2.6 trillion is a big number. It's not. If you want to see a security response, the US has spent in real dollars, I'm not talking impact, 6.8 trillion on COVID. If you think about the COVID response, even our own, that's what a security response looks like. Okay, mask lo to band kar. Airport, close. You're not going to come to me, I'm not going to go to you. I'm not going to share my ventilator with you. Right? So the security approach is existential. Climate, which is by both life's work and passion, is clearly an existential issue. Why? Because Pakistan is defined by two major forces. There are two major physical forces. One is called the Himalayas, one is called the monsoon. The monsoon comes, hits the Himalayas, has given you for 7,000 years a system. आप जहाज पे जाएं, brown, 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 एकदम green. That's the Indus. Now, if there is something that threatens these two things, Himalayas, glacial melt, monsoon, that becomes existential. However, mitigation में हम कुछ ज़्यादा security का नहीं बिगाड़ सकते क्योंकि हमारी emission इतनी नहीं. So our mitigation security approach is, say to the foreign ministry, okay, go to the COP and get the other countries to reduce their emissions. We are going to focus on adaptation. Right? So what I'm trying to say is that the next step is, let us take our issues, open them up and say कि इसमें security का है. Two more and I'll shut up. Water I think is the cutting edge security issue of Pakistan amongst all security issues. Why? Because we are a water defined country by that Indus basin. Right? I'll give this example. Maybe people will. I hope people do not misread into this. From the same book, 2003 wali. At that time, we did a back of the envelope calculation. India-Pakistan conflicts until then, nearly I think 50 years mein, the total number of Pakistanis, a total number of Indians killed by the Pakistan side in 50 years of conflict was less than the number of children only in 1 year only who would die because of dirty water only. Exactly same number is true for Karachi, Pakistan. Our question, our security policy question was, एक कोई non-traditional मरा था, एक traditional मरा था. Why is a child who dies at the wrong end of a gun any different from the child who dies at the wrong end of a tap? राइट? आपकी सिक्योरिटी वहां ही ना जी. Absolute last example, geoeconomics, right? It is a mistake to think that every economic issue that is international is geoeconomic. नहीं है. 71 की वॉर में पान आने बंद हो गए थे, but that wasn't a strategic issue. लेकिन जब गंदम आनी बंद होती है या तेल आना बंद होता है, right, that becomes a security issue. So the question has to be, okay, where are the insecurity levels? IMF का हम जिक्र करते हैं. The geopolitical approach has been remain friends with major powers so that they help you with IMF. The geo-economic approach will be look at your loan portfolio so that you are not dependent on loans, right? Ask the difficult questions. And the difficult question is, can Pakistan be secure without Pakistanis feeling secure? And then ask Pakistanis कि तुम्हें डर कब लगता है? जब नौकरी जाती है, जब बीमारी होती है, जब पानी नहीं होता,
या जब गर्मी से लोग मर जाते हैं.
जब गर्मी से लोग मर जाते हैं,
बिल्कुल.
जब बच्चों को तालीम नहीं मिलती. That's the security question. तो बड़ा सीधा सा ना, सिक्योरिटी क्वेश्चन सिर्फ एक है, क्या हाल है, हाउ आर यू.